Hey Fit Fam, this is Tater Great from Fit and Sanity. Today's show is sponsored by F&A Distribution, your local laser, steel, and cut crew. Need custom brackets, plates, or gym signage? They'll cut it, label it, and have it ready to bolt on. Just visit fnadistribution.com and tell them Fit and Sanity sent you.
Yeah. Yeah, we back in the zone. Time to tighten the frame. Mind sharp, body strong. Yeah, we lifting the game. Fit and Sandy, see the crew. We be breaking the limits. No excuses, no fear. We go hard every minute. Tater Great in the lab. Jordan holding it down. We talk health, real life, how to rise from the ground. If you ready for the change, take a breath, lock in. It's the podcast for the warriors. Let's begin. 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 Let's begin.
And welcome back. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fit and Sanity, where fitness meets real life and healing meets honesty. I'm your host, Tater Great. Right next to me is the man that walks sideways through doors.
Hey, yo, what it do, folks? It's your boy Jordan, a.k.a. Alpha, a.k.a. once again, want to walk sideways through doors.
All right, so today we have a little bit of a deeper episode. We're talking about something that a lot of people feel it's a little deeper, but it's necessary. A lot of people feel it, but they don't necessarily have the words for it. So we got how things went in the past, sometime even childhood, and they still show up in our bodies and relationships and our behavior as adults. And today we're also joined by Bernard, a longtime trainer, family man, streamer, and somebody who definitely understands the connection between mental health and fitness and healing. Welcome to the show, Bernard.
What is going on? How y'all doing, man? I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here with y'all and, sharing some knowledge, soaking some things in. And, let's get crazy with it.
Well, let's go then. Hey, Bernard, so, is Bernard's voice deeper than mine?
I feel like I'm sitting between two Barry Whites at this point. It is what it is at the point. You sound like Barry White. He sound like Barry White with a bit of a zero type of feel to it. So it is what it is at this point, bro.
Look, man, like I said, man, when I'm in a quiet space, I have to talk deep and I have to talk low because I'm scared to project my voice. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry.
This man should do children's books.
I do children's books.
Oh, do for real?
Give us a riddle right now.
A riddle is
book.
Crazy. No, man, you
give
can't.
Us a bar.
No, a bar is wild. I read off the prompt. I read off the prompt or whatever, and they give me money.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of how that goes.
That works.
I do infomercials.
Okay.
I do certain commercials. Like I did one for Ledexa, a Ledexa commercial. I don't know. Y'all don't like look at live TV anymore. Like everybody's streaming and stuff like that. But it was probably on Hulu. I'm not necessarily sure. But I did a voiceover for Ledexa and children's books and stuff like that too. Yeah, I do it all.
That's pretty dope.
That's what's up.
That's pretty sweet. All right, so the title of the episode, what we're going to go with today, is called The Body Keeps Score. So with the body keeping score, it sounds like what it is, but it's probably a little bit deeper than what you guys think. Just based on the segment, Jordan, what do you think this the body keeps score? What do you think this means?
If I get my honest opinion on it, I mean, honestly, especially if you're not taking that rest and you keep pushing your body is taking in toll. Like, okay, you ain't listening to me. I'm telling you to stop. Eventually, your body's gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna reject every workout you do. I'm gonna make you feel shitty about your workout. That's how I look at it as far as body keeping score, because it knows, like, hey, tell you to stop. You tell me about that extra rep. I'm gonna show you what extra rep looks like in a little bit.
I got you. What about you, Bernard? What do you think?
To piggyback off of Jordan, I feel like in life. It doesn't matter what it is, you know. There are going to be, you know, your negatives, positives, all the other good stuff. Either way it goes, depending on how negative or how positive something is with your body, you're going to have a lot of battle scars. And I feel like when it comes to keeping scores, there are certain big tally marks that's on the body, small tally marks on the body. Either way it goes, as your time progresses on this earth, you're going to deal with a lot of things that's going to provide those scars for you. And as I stated before, they could be good or they could be bad. But either way it goes, as time progresses, those scars are going to show.
Right. I like that. The part that we're going to come back to, what you said, is it could be good and could be bad. Because you see those scars. Sometimes we take those scars as like, scars are bad. They're ugly. But sometimes those same scars will lead us to the next level, right?
Right.
So some of where this inspiration came from. So there's a book. I did a little bit of research. There's a book called The Body Keeps Score, actually. It's written by a psychiatrist, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk. And it's a pretty good book. It kind of takes it all the way back. So the idea about it is that you don't just have trauma, right? The trauma goes with you, like in your memories, your nervous systems, your muscles, your stress, even your immune system. The trauma goes with you wherever you are. So it's like your body, it don't forget, and it remembers what not to forget. I think that's when sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation to where it's just like almost your spidey senses was tingling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're like, something's not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you kind of like cower away from it. You know what I mean? It's just like you already know the situation. Like you see the red flag and you don't really want to go back that way. And somebody's like, "What's wrong with you?" And you're just like, I got the ick. Well, I guess what most people say, they got the ick.
The ick.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't even like saying that.
I don't
word
like saying it either. But it's definitely a common. Well, no, I don't even think it's that common anymore. You know, all these kids nowadays, they
6, 7.
Yeah, everything, all the lingo out of the book, and it reminds me back of when I was a kid, and I would say all that crazy crap, and my mom would look at me funny. Now I'm looking at all these other kids funny, and
Are we having a trauma issue right now?
Look, dog, I should be having a trauma issue because I have a 14-year-old at the house.
Oh,
and, oh my God.
Yeah.
No, that's a trauma within itself. Like, and it low key gives me PTSD, and I don't like it. I love him though. I love my son to death, but God dang, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So from what we learn, what we learn about trauma is, trauma doesn't have to be one thing, right? It could be chronic stress, emotional neglect, bullying, verbal abuse, physical abuse, and feeling unsafe for long periods of time. I can relate, and it's happened on a podcast too, but can you guys even think of that? Like, think about a time where someone said something to you. I know I've definitely had people say things to me at some point that kind of fueled me and got me to the next level. But do you feel like you've ever been in that point to where someone says something to you, whether it's either maybe bullying, maybe a little stress, maybe some verbal abuse, where where did it take you, good or bad?
Like, you can get sorry.
You sure? I mean, like I said, you are the guest, so the guest goes first.
You want me to go
yeah,
first?
come
all
on.
All right, well, cool. All right, well, all right, so speaking of my kid, so I mean, I hate to be that guy, but this is primarily about race. It is. So I'm black and Japanese, right? My kid is black, white, and Japanese. Okay? So I have primary custody of my son, right? So a majority of his life has been with me.
Right.
During his time in elementary school, right? And this is when I actually found out that kids were ruthless as shit.
Uh-huh.
I was picking up my son, and there was a group of kids from his school or whatnot that was, making fun of him, calling him big head, stuff like that. That didn't bother me. But there was this one kid in particular, and I swear if I see him right now, I'm going to kick him in the throat. He straight up, and I quote, he said to my kid, "That's why your mama don't love you, and you are just with your daddy, because you are a racist asshole."
Oh wow.
He didn't even know what racist meant, but it was the conjunction of words that pissed me off.
Right.
Because who the hell are you to talk to my kid like that? First off, secondly, why would you even say something like that? He was in the third grade at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in the third grade. So it wasn't what was said to me, it was what said to my son that triggered me. Because I mean, obviously my son is a part of me. So that was what triggered me. It was all bad. And when I tell you, I had a stern talking to that staff, because if they weren't going to do anything about it, I was going to do something, and it's not going to be pretty.
Right.
So yeah, that's my experience, from certain things like that.
Do you feel like words like that are gonna stick with your son later? Like,
yeah, it does to this day. It does to this day. It does to this day. So like, I have to, when it comes to my son, I have to remind him that he is worth everything. He's worth all the positivity that's happening to him. He's worth existing on this earth right now. I tell him every day that I love him, and that he is the light of my life on the real. And just reminding him of certain things like that, it actually brings some light upon himself. So it's just certain things like that. It's to remind him that I appreciate his existence. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's it, but it still bothers him to this day though. So I mean, keep reminding him. It'll get to the point where he actually feels as if he's a positive aspect in this world. And I'll keep reminding him until it clicks.
Okay, that makes sense. What about you, Jordan?
Man, I think actually right now it was actually coming to play for me, and it's, again, I'm sitting between two fathers and me being one as well. So I guess most of my trauma comes from me not really having my child here with me.
Right.
He's 8 years old, and I missed a lot of his life. Seeing dads with their sons and or daughters. You know what I mean? It's like I get jealous, I get envious, man, and it's like, I wish I could take them to go get ice cream, take them out to, go get new pair of shoes, or even take them to, play games, something, you know what I mean? And so,
right.
and I trying to get so upset at my ex about it, but it's like, I don't know. There's some people don't know what they really do to certain people and how it plays on their life, you know what I mean? And especially not to be in your way in another state.
Right.
And it's, and it, again, it plays a part on me. It plays a big time part. And so I'm in the gym first and the entire time is that.
Right.
And sometimes, like even today, it was like that. And I ended up hurting myself. I don't know. I had to walk out from I was doing triceps. I know you were showing me a different variation. I ended up hurting my arm. I was just so upset.
Yeah.
So it definitely does weigh on me. So if anything, that's pretty much where it falls for me.
Yeah. I mean, and I could see that. And so when you're thinking about that, because we just talked about childhood, so in this one, it's like how childhood experiences shape adult behavior. So, which I think, I don't know, off the top of your head, can you think of something where you say, this happened to me as a child and I still act like this as an adult? I would say for me, I like to wear socks everywhere because I think I got glass stuck in my foot as a kid, and I like socks and shoes all the time.
You know what's funny? Me too, bro. I have my socks on everywhere. If I could wear them in the shower, I will. I'm serious. I would, bro. I would wear socks everywhere, and my wife would get on my case about it. Like, why do you wear your socks everywhere? 'Cause I don't care if you mop this floor. I don't care. Like, I'm putting socks on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping. The socks stay on, bro. That's just how that is. So I'm the same way, dog. Like, it's crazy.
I agree, because I remember the last time as a kid, my mom said, "Hey, make sure you put some socks and shoes, or put shoes on before you go outside." End up cutting my foot on a piece of glass that literally went through my foot. From now on, I know, like, you know what? I'm just gonna be wearing socks. At least I know at some point I have like a smaller protection. So even at another person's house, they like, "Hey man, you take your shoes off." Socks stay on, bro. Man.
Nah, I feel that, man. I like even it's funny the days that I don't have socks on, right? The days that I don't have socks on, I just get out the shower, whatever. I either stub my toe.
My God.
Dog,
and that's the worst.
yeah, my dog
That's the
freaking
worst.
runs over my foot,
Yeah.
or I hit something. So every time I have socks on, bro, I'm like, you know what? That's my little protection right there. Like if
Yeah,
my
that's
dog
the
steps
worst.
on my foot, I'm okay. I don't have any scratch marks on my daggone foot. I got socks on. You can't tell me shit. So there.
And you would think it's such a small part of your body that it wouldn't hurt when you stub your toe or some nonsense,
Nah.
Bro.
But it kills you.
Dog.
And the bad part about it is either the big toe
Or
or
small.
the pinky toe.
No in between, bro.
Yeah.
No in between.
It's like I don't even understand. Like it's
That's so funny.
oh
So funny.
There's research on adverse childhood experiences, right? It shows that people who experience trauma early in life are at higher risk for anxiety and depression, chronic stress, heart disease, substance abuse, and difficulty with emotional regulation. Have you guys experienced any of that? That's a lot, right?
You know what?
That's a lot of things I just
I'm
brought
gonna take
into
the
it.
lead on this one
Yeah,
because
nah,
I
go
do
ahead.
because I do feel like that's me in a nutshell, and it has gotten me into trouble. And I guess like then and you both sitting here have been witness to that, and so I believe and as a kid growing up, I've always been that person to be the leader that everybody should have in front of them.
Right.
You know, and I give my all, and I give my all, and give my all, and sometimes I feel like if I give my all, like if I'm going to be really valued in that moment,
Right.
and then I don't get that value. I'm just stuck out like with my hands out like damn, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me even today is like I try to do everything I can. You see me go from the PT desk up to the front desk to help out, or you know, and I'm always that person to do it, and it's kind of feels good at this point now because you guys have seen me do it, and you guys know, hey man, Jordan is doing his deal. My last job didn't give two bits about me.
Right.
And they just let me go, and I'm like, damn, where else can I really feel valued at?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I put it goes into my anxiety. I feel like sometimes, man, when I don't get valued, I really stick to myself, and I'm dead. That's like it's it for me.
Yeah. So it plays a fact. You feel it.
Yeah.
What about you, Bernard?
Man, I feel like the childhood drama that really messed me up. A quick backstory with me. So my grandma, she would always tell me, "Be the change." Right.
Mhm.
That was one thing that she has instilled in my mind to this day. May she rest in peace. She actually passed away due to COVID. So that happened.
Sorry, bro.
Nah, it's all good,
Yeah.
man. She was great. She was part of the Yakuza. She was a really big inspiration to me. Yes.
My
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't. You don't.
So no, she was amazing, man. But no, she always told me to be the change. And the thing that actually made it was a negative impact in my childhood life was my dad being the asshole that he is. Like he would make fun of my mom. He would he was really abusive with substances, and stuff would mysteriously leave the house when we knew it was him, and certain things like that it triggered me like crazy. I told myself that I would never be like him. I'd never be like him. But as I grew older, joined the military, stuff like that, I was going down my dad's footsteps. I was a raging alcoholic.
Right.
I was a raging alcoholic, and it was, I would abuse my power, and all of that, and it got to the point where one part of my life, I was just like, you know what, man, I'm done. Like it kind of dwelled on me that I was just like him or whatnot, seeing what he did with my mom when I was younger and like all that crap, man. And, it got to the point where I had to stop what I was doing. But no, there was a time like when he was, just so abusive, so angry, so, rage, is everywhere, man. And it and it got to the point where I was just like him at some point, man. Just kind of seeing what he was doing and stuff like that. It just, you know, and it got to the point where I had to stop myself, you know. And but yeah, that had a really big impact on my life as a kid, man.
I can see why, though. I mean, because you think about our parents are the first thing that we see. They're our protectors. They're everything, right? So why would it not? Like, why would it not? And you know what's crazy is think about the person that hurt you the most. And then think about what happened to them in the past to get them to be that kind of person that hurt you the way they hurt you. Because it's not all about just us at this point, right? Because if we're really talking about the body to keep score, and if other people go, if we're here talking about our past trauma, right? The person that's hurting you right now, they had some past trauma that's making them act exactly why they're acting.
Toasty.
That's jacked, right?
Yeah, it is very jacked.
You know what I mean? And the sad part is, it's like, okay, this leads to anxiety, depression, heart disease, and substance abuse is the worst of it all. Because who's quick to call somebody a crackhead that's just walking down the street? Or who's quick to call somebody a drunk, or call somebody this, call somebody that? Not really knowing they probably they haven't had anybody to listen to them. They don't know how to deal with it. And more than likely, they probably haven't even educated themselves to know, like, oh, I'm acting like this because of I got raped when I was a kid, or this happened and I've never dealt with it. You know what I mean?
It's always good, man. Like, I mean, to be honest, it's, again, every single last one of us humans on this earth itself, neither one of us can really sit there and judge each other, because we all had something. I don't care. We've been through a lot as humans. I really, my biggest thing is like, oh, I'm more successful than you. Okay, but how'd you get there?
Right.
Trials and tribulations, dude. You just didn't wake up one morning and be like, oh, you know, unless your parents were fed, you know, with a spoon. But then again, how did they get there?
Trial by fire.
So my thing about it is like, we are literally. That's why I kind of bring it back to the whole little bit of the racist deal, and I say this and I let it go because I don't want our podcast to be like that. But it doesn't matter if we're black, blue, white, orange. Put it like this: if I shoot you in the exact same knee, if you shoot me and I shoot you, we both gonna be in the exact same pain. So what's really separating us apart?
That's true.
Facts.
So that's how I look at it. So I mean, like you said, trial by fire, trials and tribulations, dude. So we have to learn how to help each other, and then sometimes that can also be contradicting because you help the person, and then they literally like, well, you know, when you open the door for a young lady and they don't say thank you, they just walk in and walk on in. You just be like.
Hey, but sometimes it'd be like you just leave it alone, even if they don't say anything.
But
just leave it alone. There was a situation that was actually on this side of town, or last year.
Was it the one where the lady was like, she didn't say thank you or something like that? She fallen from Five Below to a Petco, bro.
That's wild.
Ended up shooting her.
Yes.
That's wild.
Like, definitely rest in peace to that.
Yes.
That was sad. Correct.
That's why, one thing I will say this, and again, I let it go. Folks, your life is worth it. Don't throw it away over some road rage or anything else, because, again, people nowadays are so unpredictable.
Oh, my God. It's not even, like, you shouldn't even fight anybody.
If you want the lane,
don't do it.
If you want the lane, I'm not about to honk my horn at you. Hey, bro, take the lane. That's why I hate four-way stops. People just think, oh, when you go, they go. You know what, bro? You got it. Go ahead.
Exactly.
One thing about being here in 2026, man, there's so many people that's trying to find a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Ooh, I like that. That's a word, ain't it?
And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, there's so much stuff going on, and like, nobody's necessarily thinking about that. They're so focused on the solution, when, I mean, there's plenty of different ways to go about how you go about, you know, you definitely, I know a lot of y'all know about the term choosing your battles. Pick your battles, man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, getting yourself to that extent in which you have to resort to violence, obviously there's something that's going to trigger something down in the long run. Either, you know, back to the battle scars, either it's going to be something small or it's going to be something permanent. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be a little scar here and there. It could be somebody's scar from an autopsy. you definitely got to think about what you're doing before you actually start triggering these people, man. That's basically what it is,
That's crazy.
Better have that equalizer deal. Like,
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you. So it's showing, like, major studies from major ACE studies show found like a strong link between childhood trauma and adult health outcomes. So it's sad that, like, as a child, and it's crazy, the people around you as a child, you're like literally setting a kid up for failure by abusing them. It's either you set that kid up for extreme failure or extreme success, because some people take trauma a different way. Like, for some people, trauma is going to make them work harder. Like, you could bully one kid and he turns into this buff dude and start whooping. He turns into Mike Tyson, right? You bully somebody into Mike Tyson. I think it worked out. You know what I mean?
Bruce Wayne.
But with that's also a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? Because obviously that person's going to grow up to be somebody that you don't want to mess with. But at the same time, that person is probably infused with rage.
Yeah,
to the
that's
point in
true.
which they're either trying to find revenge or something of the sort, or they could also be that person that, that doesn't necessarily resolve the fight, and these muscles are just for show, and you wish a motherfucker would.
Yeah.
So it could go both ways. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, just treat people how you want to be treated.
That's
especially
the
when it
simple
comes
way.
especially when it comes to the kids, man, because this is our future.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The kids are our future, man. So
I
as
agree.
far as doing what I say but not as I do, there's a lot of things that come with that. You gotta teach your kids to be better than you. You know what I mean? They are sponges.
They are.
Bro, they are sponges. They soak up everything. So it's like, you have to get yourself to a point in which you give them nothing but positivity, because at the end of the day, as soon as they leave your house, it's a cruel freaking world out there, man.
I agree.
So stop adding fuel to the flame with this kid, because they're going to deal with it outside of your house, man. So when you're in the house, bro, it should be nothing but love and nurturing and caring for that kid.
I love that.
In the words of Randy Watson, man, just let them show the kids the way. Let them lead the way. You know what I mean? If you know who I'm talking about, Randy Watson. If you know who I'm talking about, please go watch Coming to America. The first one, not the second one, please. Well, he was in the second one, wasn't he?
He was in the second one. Yep.
That's fun.
They should never made a sequel. I'm sorry. They should never made a sequel. It just didn't.
Did you watch the sequel?
Unfortunately.
The only part I really like was with Wesley Snipes and Michael Blackson. Other than that, the movie just was complete.
Yeah,
Dog water
It
thing.
wasn't the first. Sometimes it's best to just leave stuff alone.
Yeah.
You know what I
Real
mean?
talk.
It's best to just leave.
Like, even when, okay, so talking about the fit insanity part of it, but even with when I thought they made the Top Gun Maverick, I literally thought that was gonna sink. Actually, it was pretty good, to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, I watched that. That was actually decent.
That was actually really good.
It made sense. It'd be decent when it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when they start doing shit that don't make sense.
Yeah.
That's when it's just like, come on.
Like Fast and the Furious.
Like, come on.
Hey,
when we go into the moon.
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
You are not going to slander Fast and Furious. Not while I'm here.
bro.
What is wrong
I
with
love
you?
Fast and the Furious.
No.
After Paul Walker, they should have just been done with
No.
it. Yes,
They have been doing their thing. Leave them alone.
He's
It's
a fan.
ever
He
since
loves it.
since he passed, it's been nothing but family, bro. Vin Diesel been on that. He been on that family. Vroom vroom, family explosion. The end. Those have been those Fast and Furious movies. You are not going to slander Fast and Furious in front of me.
this man is sitting here picking up engine parts and throwing them at people. Dog, stop.
Dog, I will throw an aftermarket headlight at you. You stop that. You stop that.
So Bernard likes Fast and the Furious a
I
lot,
do.
apparently. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't have a problem with Fast and the Furious. I mean, we don't all watch every movie they don't put out with. It's just
My only problem with Fast and Furious is Ja Rule. Ja Rule was the most pointless freaking Ja Rule and Bow Wow, bro. Those two were like the worst reasons as to why they were in the movie. I know, and it boggles my mind because Ja Rule, right? This
What
song,
Fast and the
bitch.
Furious was he?
He
The
was on the
first one.
first
He was
one.
in the first
Oh, was
one.
he?
The first one. He was on the first one. The
Oh,
thing
he
that the
was.
thing that tripped me out. He had a track in the movie Like,
Yeah.
he was all over tour talking about, go watch my movie, it's murder. Like, he was going in talking about that daggone movie. Not only was he in one scene, not only did he lose that scene, right? He also got dropped the N-bomb on the movie. And on top of all that, you never seen him again after that. Like, freaking, bro, what kind of promo is that? What kind of promo is that? I'm sorry. I can't stand.
He was promised a girl if you win, and then didn't get none of them.
Didn't get none of them. No, Monica. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the trail ride right there. But nah, man, fuck Ja Rule. I'm sorry.
But then again, they look at it too. If you look at the other two that actually really made the movies too, you know, Luda and Tyrese, the only other two, I guess you would say hip hop and R&B artists that actually went straight through with the movies.
My thing is, I hate the fact that they made Tyrese so, like, they made him the comic, right? But they also made him so airheaded it ain't even funny. Yeah. You know, I didn't like that. I didn't like that either. But you know, but he made the movies funny.
Yeah, he did,
and he survived all the way up to this point.
Yeah, because usually, never mind. Let me stop.
Yeah, he survived. With the Ja Rule thing, it's like what 50 Cent them kind of took care of anything Ja Rule that you had.
Yeah, no, Ja Rule's done, bro. Ja Rule's done, and he also ended himself his own grave with the Fire Festival too. So you know, I'm cool on that. That's enough childhood trauma for me. I'm good.
Imagine the trauma that guy got to go through when you buy. Apparently, what was that thing where they say 50 Cent bought all the tickets to the first few rows of his show?
Yes, and there was nothing. There was nobody in them seats. Nobody in them seats.
That's trauma.
But the thing is,
that's adult trauma.
Well, the thing is, you can either, there's one or two ways you can deal with trauma, right? You can either soak that in and retaliate, or soak that in and make it seem like you're okay, but you're not okay. And that's what Ja Rule did. He made it seem like it was. He made it seem that it was okay. He was cool. He was up there, joking with 50 Cent, stuff like that. But deep down, man, I know that shit hurt. I know it hurt.
Probably more than likely.
You know what I mean? If it was me, if I was an artist, if I was, and I know you were talking about being recognized and stuff like that. If I was in a status in which I was recognized, I had, really, really big hits, number ones on billboards and stuff like that, and then turned around and got ridiculed like that. Oh, that would have messed me up. That would have messed me up entirely.
Because he was that guy at one point.
Yeah. But at the same time, he did some messed up stuff too. So I get karma. Karma is my best friend. So it's like, I feel like that he got his just desserts. F Ja Rule. That's all I got. That's it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Y'all take care.
So I guess we were explaining why people have mental trauma, right? This is a trauma.
Ja Rule gives me trauma.
This is a trauma episode.
Oh my God.
So we're talking about the trauma that happens when you're young. And so have you ever had a point to where you said something, either one of you guys, you said something, and they overreact, a person will overreact to the smallest thing. You felt like they were overreacting, where it's just like, yo, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another reason. So you got overreaction, struggle with trust. I think I got trust issues, you know what I mean? I don't know if I just be draking at the time when I be trust issues, but I got trust issues. And then, you stay in survival mode even when you're safe. You know what I mean? But all that happens with trauma and how you grew up, everything. Like,
and then I always take what Bernard also said to me is at some point too. And again, it's even with my my behavior detection skills that come into play. But also the biggest thing is read the room. Mm-hmm. Because again, at the end of the day, again, like I said, we all can't sit there and tell everybody our business, because then all of a sudden it just spirals out of control, and so then that brings even more trauma, because now you're sitting there going, damn, did I really tell this person this shit? God dang, you know what I mean? And then now you're just like, now when you see that person, you're just like,
it's awkward,
very awkward. It's like
awkward
crickets. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing that I take away from all of this is read the room.
Yeah. Be safe. Be know who you can talk to too. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Even if you have trauma, like so sometimes we tell our business and our trauma to people that they don't deserve our business or to know that much about our business. It could actually land you in a more difficult situation than what you need to be in. I personally think that.
No, you're right.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I feel
100%.
like because I have trust issues. I do. That could be because of my childhood drama. That could be because of my military background. Maybe I don't know, but I do have like major trust issues. So like, I mean, shoot, I can't even draw blood or whatnot without knowing some accolades from the person that has the needle. That's how my trust issues are. You gotta have some accolades before you decide to poke me, because if you pop a vessel,
let's not talk about popping blood vessels, dog.
if you pop a vessel, I'm fighting. I don't care. I don't like needles as it is.
BioLife,
Did you just have that?
BioLife, I'm suing you at some point.
Nah, Jordan did.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's what I was gonna say.
I literally went to BioLife thinking, you know what? I do hope just being a human, you know what? I can give back to somebody else, hoping that'll be the situation. Put the needle on my arm. Now, mind you, bro, like you can see the veins. They look like road maps. Anyway, I was like, look, you got 67 right here, 114, 635. Anyway, so like, she gonna tell me, oh, it's because the needle is thick when you go give plasma.
Yeah.
That needle is thick. I don't know how. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Needle went in. I'm chilling, doing the whole gushing the plasma out or whatever you want to call it. All of a sudden, the needle slips out.
Mm-hmm.
It's that mind-numbing, searing pain that I can feel. I'm trying not to go back and be like, medic. I'm sitting there and go, nurse,
Mm-hmm.
getting louder. She looks over at me and goes, okay, and starts talking to the other nurse, and just like I'm sitting there, there's literally blood coming out.
I would have walked out.
You said, okay, that's it.
Then she finally comes over and she goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and stop your donation. You're still gonna get paid for it, dog." I'm sitting there, took the needle out. She goes, "But we're gonna have to give you your blood back." I'm like, "Okay." Stuck the other arm, waiting there for another 15, 20 minutes. She said, "Oh, just you don't have to wait like everybody else does. Just whenever you're done, we just let you go." I'm like, "What kind of?"
Yeah.
Nah, I would have walked out.
Bro,
Well, you have to get that blood back, or you would have passed out.
Yeah,
You would have probably passed out.
No.
So, yeah.
I did leave them a 1-star review. So
I'm sure you did. Yeah, you have to walk around with
the
your
one
arm
on
all jacked up.
the one on Wheatland in Dallas. No, don't do that. Do not.
Shoot. Nah, that wouldn't happen to me. No. I would have walked out there. I ain't gonna say guns blazing, but somebody's gonna get knocked out. I don't like needles as it is, bro.
This man gonna be sitting here with blood everywhere. He's gonna be bleeding out.
Yeah.
He's knocking out.
I'm gonna flick some at the nurse. I'm and then I'm gonna
you gonna flick some blood at the nurse?
Spam busters. Yeah, I'm gonna uppercut.
Patient zero, bro. This is how zombie outbreaks happen.
Let's talk about it. This is exactly
That's
how
what they get for.
zombie-
That's what they get for messing me up.
This is exactly.
That's what they
how
get for
it
messing me up. Nah, bump that.
Patient zero,
Patient
dog.
zero it is then, because you ain't gonna you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. Not
Bro,
up in here, bro.
The zombies will be crazy nowadays. You know how swole some of these zombies will be, bro. Especially with all the.
Imagine you turn everybody into the gym to zombies right now.
Ooh, you got some that are sprinters.
They got that speed, like.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I think we talked about this, but what type of zombie?
Dead, man. They got to be Walking Dead zombies.
But see, if we're talking about zombies, okay, hold on. If we're talking about zombies, we should know zombies how we should know them. Growing up, they're dumb, they're mindless. They're not gonna sit there and claw at you, because now they don't make these zombies. They can climb walls, they can sprint. You seen Zombieland?
Yeah.
You see how they're like, oh, they had the T-800. You know, it's the apex predator. I don't even think zombies are like that, bro. I think they're just.
Well, we won't know. I mean, I hope we never find out.
If we ever had anybody at the gym turn into zombies right now, they probably gonna be big as hell. But you know damn well none of these cats do cardio. So they just gonna be big muscles. They gonna be
That's
slow
the more
running.
realistic thing.
Yeah,
That's the more
they're gonna be
realistic
big for
thing.
nothing. They're gonna be running around and trying to get brains or whatnot. They ain't gonna run. They don't run. They don't run now. They don't.
Now
That's true. And all of a sudden you can run now.
Yeah, all of a sudden you can run. Nah,
And
bump
you
that.
fast.
No, be real. Be real.
Now they grab you. I don't know what to say about you.
Oh yeah, they grab you, it's a wrap. If they grab you, that's your fault. That's all you, bro. They got close enough. They got close enough to grab your ass. That's you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know damn well they don't run, dog.
That's facts, though. So, how do we get to? We were talking from here. We were all serious, and then we went down zombie lane. And
Well, because he said he was gonna throw blood on him, and I thought about patient zero, because that's how it always happens, bro. Like in some type of medical operation that goes wrong, is that one stupid doctor decides, oh look, I cut myself, and then don't tell nobody until like 3 days later,
and then it messes up something else later.
Yeah,
it always turns into a thing.
Yeah.
It always turns into a thing. But that works. Okay. So let's do this. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to make this we're going to make this a 2-part episode, right? So with this being a 2-part episode, we are going to, let's give an excuse of the week right now.
Dang, don't look at me. I didn't think this through.
I didn't do my homework.
I'm not gonna lie to you. An excuse of the week. I know y'all had a really good one last week. It was actually really good. I guess
What have y'all heard from y'all clients?
Do what?
What have y'all heard from y'all clients?
I honestly feel like the one of the big ones that I've heard was that it's not necessarily an excuse, but it's like when they perform an exercise, they feel it in the wrong muscle group. But like it's, but they're doing it wrong. Right, I feel like that's the main one that I feel, and it's a really big excuse. And actually, there was one client that got to the point where she didn't want to do the exercise anymore. And as I was explaining that to that person how to physically do the exercise, they still were just like, "Nope, I don't want to do it." Because they stated that it hurt somewhere else that it wasn't even supposed to be triggering. I guess that's the biggest one that I've heard. But it's just like you have somebody skilled in front of you trying to tell you what to do. If you don't have the mindset to actually change what you got going on, then you're just going to be sitting there up shit's creek. You have somebody that is not only talented at what they do, they're highly educated to instruct how to perform exercises the right way. So if you just don't listen to them and state that you're not going to do it, that's fine if you want to, but at the end of the day, you're not going to reach what you're going to reach having that mindset like that. So my advice to that is this: like, if you are, you know what? Let me be real quick. If you are paying somebody an X amount of money that you're either having issues gathering, or there is how to come up with that money, but you decided to invest in yourself anyway, make sure that you're listening to the person that you're also investing in. That's my big take on that. There's a lot of folks that I see that waste money, and at the same time waste time, which is pretty priceless, right? Being in the status that I'm at, you look at time a little bit differently. And the last thing that I would like to do is waste that on somebody that's ungrateful, especially when it comes to me giving out the knowledge that I preach to these people and they don't want to do it. So utilize the time wisely, utilize your money correctly, and listen to the people that know what the hell they're talking about.
I agree. Good. What excuse have I heard this week? My excuse of the week.
I know my client literally said that, why does she always asks, can you remind me why I did this? I have to constantly remind her, but like she knows why, but it's like, like you said, when I'm putting you through a workout, you like, do I really want to get fit? Do I really want to do this? Because it's so hard. Like, why does workouts have to be this way? And so that's the excuse I always hear from her, but it's always in a good banter. But she does give me excuses to a certain degree. That's the one she uses the most.
But she still why?
Yeah, it's just the why. Like, why did I? Why am I doing this? Like, why am I torturing myself?
Right. No, I've heard that recently. I heard, why do we always have to do hard stuff? I'd just be fine with just regular lifts. No, you won't. We're doing this hard stuff. The hard stuff is what gets you there. I mean, sometimes the hardest things are the ones that it don't feel good at first, but then eventually it's all you want to do. You know what I mean?
The hard stuff becomes easier as repetition continues.
Exactly.
It's gonna feel like crap at first, but once you get down to it and you're actually executing what you need to execute, it gets easier after that. And a lot of folks don't understand that. You know, it's the main thing with training in a general sense is that you're not desperately, but you're expeditiously changing the mindset. I said what I said.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. You're good. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no, you're changing the mindset of someone. You know what I mean? Based off of what they previously did. You know, obviously what they previously did wasn't working. So you got to do what you got to do to change that mindset and make sure that everything is done correct. And like you said, it's gonna suck, but you also got to choose your heart too. Like, do you want to continue to do what you previously did and continue to be that person that you don't respect, or would you like to do these hard ass workouts and get yourself to a point where you actually start liking yourself, appreciating yourself more because you worked hard for that? That's choose your hard, man.
I guess when I get again what I was getting at, and I like what you said, because we as we go through go through our trainings, we look at certain words, like the whole the word hinge, using specific words to explain certain stuff. Okay, so let me ask you this: when you're asking your client to do a certain exercise that's on the floor that involves them putting their knees and hands on the floor, how do you normally would tell someone like how to actually do or get down? Because I know that this sounds so bad. Like,
how I do it?
Yeah, because I find myself finding it almost being seductive. Hey, get on all fours.
That's what I say.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
That's
like
what I say.
It's just if you say it simple and concise, it won't be, because like I'll tell my clients, hey, on your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On your face, just on your back, on your face. Or
I say on all fours because I mean, I try and break it down to a term in which they know of. You know what I mean?
Don't say like, getting doggy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't say that. That's crossing the line. You know what I'm saying? So
you'll be at HR pretty soon.
Or like you gotta make it. Me on a personal note, I used to say on all fours, and I also try and make it funny because cha-cha slide. Hands on your knees, hands on. So I be like hands and knees, hands and knees. I say certain things like that. Hands and knees. I normally just say certain things like that to make it funny, and then I try and do a little beat bop with it, and they laugh at it and stuff like that.
My last kickoff I did, it was actually, I would say probably maybe it was like actually last week, and I couldn't really explain it because usually when you're doing squats, usually everyone just wants to sit down, but in my own experience, when you want to do a squat, literally you throw that ass back and then you sit down, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I explained it, and she looked at me and she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Don't play." You know exactly what I mean when I say throw that ass back and sit. She's like, "You mean like out?" And I was like, "Yes, exactly what I meant." She's like, "How come you just couldn't say that?" Because some people don't understand when you hinge your hips back and then squat. Some people don't even understand. And again, just like that's why I said, what words do you normally use? Because you literally bust it out expeditiously. Mm-hmm. That's a big word in itself.
I have a vast vocabulary.
That's good.
Very prodigious. Very, very prodigious.
Can you spell that for me, please?
P-R-O.
Spell it.
P-R-O. Digits. F-O. Sachi. But also that, I mean, having terms like that also goes with, like you said before, reading the room, right? Mm-hmm. When you have a connection with a client or whatnot, obviously you could say certain things that you could get away with because of the fact that y'all have that connection, right? Mm-hmm. You can't say certain things like that to somebody's first session. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so it's like once you build that connection, like y'all are homies, bro. You just trying to make them better. Yeah. Make them a better person, right? Make them a better them, right? So they'll love themselves a little more. So once you actually build that relationship or whatnot, you can say what you want to say, without having any feedback. You just gotta build that relationship first. That's how that goes. It's just like a friendship. It's just like we work together, right? And then it got to a point where you started being real with me, I started being real right back, and then it got to the point where we kind of established that. You too, Harold.
Yep.
Like we've established that connection in which I could talk to them about some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all got trust issues. So the fact that you can talk to me about certain things like that and don't feel remorse about it, that's telling.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with a relationship with your client. Once you reach that threshold, well, you can say whatever the hell you want. You just got to make sure that it, read the room. You know what I mean? That's all it is to it.
Yeah. And just knowing your client.
Yeah.
Like knowing there's some clients. I talk to your client a different way.
Yeah.
And you know which ones you can get away with talking about A, B, and C with, and which ones is like, hey, you better talk about the weather the whole time. Or
I know the two that you can't really say things to. I've seen you do it before, but like as far as like you being more professional with it, I'm like, again, we're not gonna say who it is, but I know you with you and Farad is funny. I know you and Sophie is funny, but it's two. I think you already know what I'm talking about. But again, I definitely understand what you mean. I just using certain words. So yeah,
I get it.
Expeditiously, and what was the other one?
Prodigious.
That
means big.
We adding that to the vocab right there.
Yeah.
Add it to the vocab. All right, so we're gonna cut this episode, and we're gonna make this a part 2. So, words of wisdom, Jordan. You got anything on the subject?
Words of wisdom. I guess I'll continue to say what I normally say, and again, I believe you guys heard it straight from Bernard himself. Be the change. You know, I mean, if you're stuck in a certain route or stuck in a certain position, change it.
I like that.
How you gonna take mine, man?
I'm sorry, bro.
That's what my granny said, man. That's my grandma. No, I'm just playing. I'm messing with you.
Change starts with
It's a
you.
good quote. It's a very good quote. Like I said, that's something that I hold near and dear to the heart. Is be the change. Words of encouragement. It's a lot. So I guess what I could state, out of everything that we talked about today, the main thing, and I said it already, but I'm gonna say it again. Just treat others how you want to be treated. We got a lot of negative things going on in the world right now. We have a lot of negative aspects. We have a lot of people leaving this earth for pretty much no reason. As the days change, as the seasons change, as friends change to that aspect. At the end of the day, still leave your house or talk to whoever you want to on the phone or whatever. Treat those people how you want to be treated, because when it all comes down to it, I know there's a lot of people that don't like getting talked to negatively, so why would you do that to somebody else? So just treat others how you want to be treated. That's all I got with that.
I agree. And as far as myself, people are not just broken. More than likely, their nervous system is just used to them and their trauma, and it's going to react to their trauma. So please don't just look at people as broken and judge them as broken. Honestly, you got to have some grace. Think about what you went through. Think about how negative you react to certain things. Just because you react good to one thing and someone else reacts bad to something else doesn't make you better than them. We're all human. Until next time, stay fit, stay sane, stay focused.
Yeah, we crush it today. Now it's time for the flex. Mind heavy, heart steady. We demanding respect. Fit insanity, the code. We don't break, we don't bend. Every setback is set up. Every loss is a win. Keep the pressure on your goals. Let it sharpen your aim. Hustle hard.